Hello everyone and welcome to the draft analysis video for my team in the NTA, North Carolina Tyranitarheels. Let's get right into it. So, my first pick was Victini. Now if you saw the power rankings video yesterday, you sort of know most of what's going to be in this video already. It's me and Tom talked a lot about my team, and this is just me trying to go a little more in depth about why I pick certain things and why I'm either happy or unhappy with those, and how I feel my team meshes together overall. So, starting off, we have Victini, and I am extremely happy with this pick. This is my favorite mon in this format by far. It's so good. I wanted it so bad season 1, and I was gonna pick it first then as well, and it got picked. The team before me picked it. It was my one snipe that season, and it made me change my entire roster around, just because I was so sure of getting it, because I was picking it first and it was OUB. I didn't think anyone else would do that, but they did, and Victini is just so good. The ability to go physical or special, it has such powerful moves, great coverage, it even has some good support moves, like Will-O-Wisp and Thunderwave, Taunt. It could go a more utility sort of route. It doesn't have to be just offense, and that's what I love about it. It's kind of like a more offensive Mew. That's what I like to think of it. It has the same versatility, not as much versatility as Mew. I shouldn't have said the same, but it has the versatility and it also has the power. And in this league, both those things are very important. I've heard tons of official GBA analysts say that for a mon to be good in this format, it has to either be versatile or really good at what it does. And Victini is both of those. And I love its typing, I love its coverage, I love everything about it. I am so happy to have this mon, and I really hope it can put in some work this season, just like it did last. Next, I have Excadrill. I knew I wanted a rapid spinner, just because that was the main problem I had drafting last season, was finding the hazard control. That can be one of the toughest things to draft and draft properly. So I wanted that out of the way. I wanted to have a fantastic spinner who also had great offensive pressure and typing, and it also gets access to Stealth Rocks. You can run a variety of different sets. Steel typing is just so great in this format. Excadrill, I'm very happy to have this mon. Steel and Ground are both very good types, and it gets the utility in Rapid Spin and Stealth Rocks. I'm just very happy with this mon overall as well. Next we have Hydreigon. Now, I've always said that I hate 4x weaknesses in this format, and that's true, but the main reason for that is hidden powers. There is no hidden power fairy, so that makes Hydreigon still a huge threat. It's not hindered in any way by that. Yes, fairy types do still threaten it, but it's just such a great mon, and I think its season in the GBA proved that, and I really wanted a good dragon type, and I also needed a BL pick, so that was a good way to do it. Also, I love the offensive core with it and Victini, and the fact that it gets rid of the OUB and BL picks that are so hard to come by. I feel like Miguel was really onto something when he picked those. I wasn't really planning on copying him or anything. In fact, I noticed it afterwards, to be honest, that it was the same core. But Yeah, I'm very happy with this. Next we have Conkeldurr. I like Conkeldurr as a mon. I'm not sure how it fits on my team just yet. Basically, I knew fighting types were really good in this format. I knew it was one of the best things from OUA, in my opinion, and it was just something I wanted. It really didn't have anything to do with the team. I feel like it can be good for the team, but it's more of like a solo mon, to be honest. It does its own thing. It has its coverage, it has its strong attack, and I do have some plans to make some use out of this. You know, get some team synergies going. I'm excited to use this mon, but not quite as much as the previous three. Now, Roserade. This pick I am overall very unhappy with. I love Roserade as a Pokemon. I really wanted to try out the Technician Hidden Powers in this format. I felt like it was a great mon for the format, but just for my team, it doesn't fit. And we'll sort of get into that with my final pick. And yeah, there's going to be more to come about Roserade, but it needs to be explained with the other Pokemon first. So next we have Crobat. Now it may seem weird to pick two UU poison types at the same time, basically, or one right after the other. But, you know, Crobat's an excellent defogger. It gives that great flying stab, and it's just a great mon. You know, it's powerful, but it also can defog and just do different things for the team. It has U-turn and lots of different options. I really like having this mon. Electros was something that I've been wanting to try out in this format for a long time. I've seen it used in so many other smaller leagues, and I really wanted to have my own crack at it, because it just has so many coverage moves. It can do so much, and just having a good Volt Switcher with like the rest of my U-turn core that I already have is really nice, and especially since it has no weaknesses as well. You know, the Assault Vest set makes it to where it can live, you know, things and be bulkier, and you know, it's not going to die to like a super effective hit because there aren't any. So it's going to take some whittling or a very strong physical hit to kill that set, and that's what I love about that. And you know, there's always more offensive sets like Expert Belt, or you know, maybe even like Choice Specs one time, or you know, there's tons of different things this guy can do. I love the versatility, if you couldn't tell already by all my other picks. I love versatile Pokemon. Next we have Granbull. This is another one that I knew I wanted to try for a long time now. Fairy types are just so good in this format, but the thing is, there aren't very many good ones outside of OUA, in my opinion. Like, you know, Florges is okay, but I feel like it does one thing, and I like Granbull better just because it gets that Inu pick out of the way. You know, there aren't very many viable mons in that tier, and I like to get ones that are viable, like Granbull, and it's still a great fairy type despite being Inu. It has access to Intimidate. It again has very versatile move pool. It can run Heal Bell and Taunt and all sorts of different things. I'm really excited to see what I can do with Granbull going into the future. Next we have Audino. This was a really unplanned pick because, you know, this actually kind of threw off a lot of my strategy. because the way we have the points system registered is the strategy I like to use is 3 OUAs. That's including the Mega, by the way. Let's see. 1 OUB, 1 BL, I think it's 4 UUs, 1 RU, and 1 NU. So, basically, I didn't want to get a second NU. It kind of threw off everything, but I felt like I needed the wish passing support, and there was one particular mon on one particular team that I wanted to use this for. I'm not going to say what it is because I'm sure that that person who has that mon will be watching this, and it's not an expected counter either, but it will be a counter, I think, if I play it right. It was a mon that it is a mon that I'm really scared of. It matches up well against my team. I was like, okay, I need something for this or I lose that battle automatically. And so that's why I got this. And it also just helps with wish passing and things like that. So because this was mainly for that one mon, after that battle, I may end up trading this in free agency. It really depends on how much I want that wish support and how much I feel it can do in the later battles. Oops, sorry, I hit my mic there. But yeah, overall I like Autono. I think it can do good for the team in the time that it's here, or if it is here the whole time, then it's gonna be doing work then too. But if it's traded in free agency, then it'll be traded for a better mon. Next we have Scolipede. This pick I am still very unsure of. Basically, I had enough for something from BL, and there wasn't much from BL left. And I feel like this was the thing that fit my team the most. Klefki was still around, and I would have liked Klefki. I really thought about it a lot, and I just decided that, I drafted Granbull to get a lower fairy type, so I didn't have to draft like the expensive ones, and I felt like Klefki would just kind of outclass Granbull in most situations defensively. Granbull still does have that offensive pressure, but I feel like I didn't need the second fairy type, and even though Scolipede is the third poison type, it does its own thing. It's a baton passer. It's a spike setter. It doesn't really have the correlations to the other poison types. So I'm really okay with having this third one, and I feel like I can use this mon well. I'm just not sure where it's going to be fitting in. Yeah, that's all I have to say about that one. Okay, so Mega Slowbro. This was decided about halfway into my drafts that I was like, hey, I think Mega Slowbro would fit on this team. Because if you didn't notice, like the first half of my draft basically, here, let's go ahead and go to the full image. The first half of my draft basically was just pure offense. I didn't really have much bulk on my team, and I felt like I needed that. Like, Conkeldurr is bulk, but it's not a wall. There's a difference between bulk and a wall, and I said that wrong earlier, but like, Mega Slowbro is a wall, and that's what I needed basically. Halfway into my draft I was like, okay, I need a bulky water type. What do I want to get? And I was thinking about Slowking. I was like, that's just not good enough. And I still hadn't decided on a Mega at that point. Mega Slowbro hadn't even crossed my mind. I just looked at it and I was like, yes, because like I'd done all this stuff with like Slowking, and I was like, I really like the typing. I like this and I like this, but it's just not the best mod. And I feel like Mega Slowbro kind of covered that. There wasn't really another Mega I was after, so I had no real reason not to choose Mega Slowbro. But the problem with that was my Rose Raid pick. Grass type synergizes really well with water type. You know, that's why it's part of the Fire Water Grass core. It resists the electric and grass that water is weak to. So that's why I wish I had drafted a bulkier grass type, like maybe Tangrowth again, like I had Season 1, or Venusaur. You know, but like I said, Mega Slowbro was kind of a thought after Rose Raid was already picked. So that was just sort of poor planning on my part, you know, just sort of going with the draft instead of preparing for it like I really should have. And another thing that I mentioned in the power rankings, this team only has one Stealth Rocker, and that's really bad. I really don't like that. So I do have some plans to move things around to get at least one more Stealth Rocker, but I'm not sure how long that's going to take, basically. And I'm not sure if that's even the plan I want to keep. There are a lot of options here with free agency and trades, and I'm just trying to figure out what's going to work best for me, what I want to keep, what I want to get rid of, what I want to get new from the free agency, when I want to do it. You know, lots of stuff going into this, and I'm really busy and don't really have much time to think about it. I've done some, and I have like a general idea, but I'm not sure if it's what I want to keep. So, yeah, that's the draft analysis. Week 1, I'm facing the London Love Discs. And, okay, I thought I had that on this, but apparently I don't. That's fine. It's the stall team, and, you know, as you can see, my team has some pretty good offensive power that I feel like can break through. It has Heal Bellers to stop Toxic Stall. There are things that I can do. I feel really confident going into that matchup, and I think we can come away with a win. So, that's all for now. Thank you all for watching. Goodbye. No.